Your opponent plays e4, then you play e5, knight f3, and you don't defend the pawn with knight c6 or d6. You will play the astonishing bishop to c5. The most common move here is bishop to c4. They're expecting you to play knight to c6, transposing to some kind of Italian. Then you play knight to f6, attacking the pawn. After they take the pawn on e5 and attack f7, you shock them with the bold and brave. Knight to c6. Your opponent will think you're dumb and take on f7 with a fork. Then you sacrifice even more material with bishop takes f2. Here they only have two real options: king takes f2 and king f1. First, we will cover king to f1. Your queen is attacked, so you will move it to e7. Of course, they will take the rook on he8 because, yes, you will then play pawn to d5, sacrificing a pawn and activating your bishop. If they take with the bishop, then you have bishop to g4, winning the queen. If they play e takes d5, we play knight d4. Notice how all of our pieces are active and attacking the black king, while white's queenside is totally undeveloped. That's the entire point of the Buchgas gambit, to sacrifice material for an extremely aggressive checkmating attack. White then plays c3 to kick out the knight. Here white is already lost. You play bishop to g4, attacking the queen. The queen goes to the only safe square a4. You then play c6, blocking the check and threatening mate on e1. Because of this, white's only real attempt to stay alive is to capture the bishop. You then play knight to e4 check. If the king moves to g or f1, then play queen f6 and mate is unstoppable. If white puts the king on the e file, then play knight takes c3 check, winning the queen and eventually the king. So that's king to f1. The king got smashed like those like and subscribe buttons. Now let's cover king takes f2. You want to go for the king with knight takes e4 check? King to g1 is the best move, so we will cover that first. Queen h4. If white takes the rook, then it's mate, but we will assume that our opponent is not stupid and plays a move like queen to f3. We will go knight to d4, bringing more pieces into the attack. Queen to f1, still defending the f2 square. Then you play rook to f8. The point is that you want to disconnect the knight from the bishop and use your rook and other pieces to attack black's king. White plays d3, attacking the knight and opening up the bishop, trying to catch up in development. You then play b5. Again, you want to disconnect the bishop from the knight at all costs. Your opponent then plays bishop to d5, attacking the rook while defending the knight. Again, we want to stop the bishop from defending the knight, and we care more about the attack than material, which is why we play the bold and brave bishop to b7. White takes the bishop on b7 and is already completely lost. You play rook takes f7. Your rook is very active, and your queen and two knights are destroying black's king, whereas white's entire queenside is doing nothing. Just like you, when there is homework or a school project that needs to be completed, this position is completely winning. According to Stockfish, white has to give up the queen to avoid checkmate, and that you have to be an absolute idiot to mess this up. Now, some people might say, oh, what about all of these other variations? And to those people, I say that this video is 4 minutes long and that you should smash those like and subscribe buttons.